This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25. Hey everybody, Son of Beast here, and I'm Test Tube. This is another Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. This time, with tonight's matchup, as we're about to be seeing things right along those two. That means the Canadiens and the Caps meet again in Game 2. The Capitals have started up with their first win, as they already had Game 1 finished, but the Habs need to see if they can find another way to get through it. Will they have another goal to take? Or will this be Capitals an extension 2-0 before heading to Montreal? We'll find out what happens with those teams if anything goes with the change. Now my next commentary is I have one of our takes here. In this part of the game, I sent it over is Boomer. And he's also along with the other two with Paintbrush. And the other side of it, I give a bit on a good take on the effort to start off with the center ice, and with that being said is Wood Spoonie is the center ice for tonight's game. We'll see you all here, everybody, for the post-game show after this game. And now, enjoy yourself. Habs of the Canadiens and the Caps of Capitals starts now on EA Sports. Hey everybody, it's Paintbrush here, back at Capital One Arena for our second game of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Get ready, the rematch is on between the Canadian versus the American team. This is Game 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. We are so happy to be back here and back with you. It's time to get the game started. As we start right now, Hudson's right toward Wayne. As he went down, is right now Carlson sets it over, now finding Strome. Strome's right toward Wayne as he sets it over. This one rolls down, getting a rebound by Hudson. Big hit here for the Capitals. Ovechkin starts off with a shot and is stopped by Montembeault. This will be the starting goaltender for the Montreal Canadiens. And the other side, Logan Thompson is the starting goaltender for the Washington Capitals. Now as Suzuki wins the faceoff, here's Hudson. He'll start over to Sapkowski. Moves right toward his zone, now finding Caulfield. Right for a tumble down. Stopped by Thompson, that will be covered in with the puck. As we've already had two saves of this game in the first period, he'll cover things up here on the other side as well. Now both teams have set ready for the puck drop to be released. And it's a no goal the game between both those two, as they're looking like they're trying to find one, but not multiple. Now Tom Wilson sets over to Chai-Chun. Chai-Chun moves it over, that shot went wide. Alex Newhook sets it over again to Lane as he's right toward it in the opposite side of the zone. Alex Ovechkin rebounds the puck and now into Montreal territory. Safe play by Montembeault. Wilson rebounds that puck. Big save by Montembeault. Using a chance here for Kirby Dach. He looks it over to Laney. Laney with a rebound, finding again to Alexeyev. That puck clears the zone as Newhook is right toward the wing. Oh, look out below! They went right toward the back Capitals bench. That is just really unbelievable. I think the Capitals are really liking the knockdowns and everything. That's just unbelievable. Close save by Montembeault with 18:24 to go in the first period. Starting off game 2 quickly. I feel like that may be a big change with that. Of course it did. Right over toward the wall. That is just unbelievable. They really makes a knockdown. And I was not expecting that this would change out. And there was no chance to try to put it back in for some reasons. And I say now, when this happens with Capitals to knock them over, somebody could get hurt. Shot misses wide. The rebound by Anderson as he rolls to Savard. Savard gets a barrage on the shot, but saved by Thompson. He'll cover it in with only 8 to go. Now I know what you're thinking now. Logan Thompson wasn't able to play for one of our regular seasons of his career, but most likely he wasn't able to get into the postseason if he wants to. But it looks like that most people really want Thompson to get over it. You've already seen Charlie Lindgren, but now Logan Thompson is ready to prepare for himself in the second game. Big pad stop here by Logan Thompson. You know, when sometimes happens with Logan Thompson, he really has to give somebody else a fair change. When this really needs to give up an open separation, this needs to give us some tight goal spirited. Now Cole Caulfield sets it over, now finding again is Lukovsky. Lukovsky sets to Suzuki and a shot saved by Thompson. 17:31 remaining in the first period. As they'll hold things up here to get ready for another face-off and a puck drop. Looks it over. Now ready to make the number clean to make an offense go back in. And the winning face-off puts in for the Capitals. Here's a chance down to Verona. He's right toward the wing. I'll set off to Radius on a shot saved by Montevolt. Montevolt will freeze the puck in with only 17:20 to go in the first period as they're ready to take the next puck drop. Now there's the win for Montreal. Xavier finds Carrier. Clyde's up in between each other. Now a rebound by the Capitals. Heller shot. Trying to put back in there. The big save puts in by Montevolt. Collier is right toward the wing. Holding tight, Anderson. Looks to Carrier. Carrier now finds Anderson. He looks to Collier. Collier goes skid right toward the wall. Now it's the rebound puts in. Anderson rolls back the other way. Exilia couldn't get the puck back into working control. Verona. Carlson shoots it. Saved by Montevolt. 16:37 to go in the first period as they get their next face-off underway. A lot of time left in the period. No score between the Canadiens or the Capitals. Caps wins the face-off as now this one rolls it in now to Matheson again to Laine. Laine's right toward the wing. If he lost that one, it's Radius is right back the other way. Dumps the puck. Now the Canadiens will have Hudson right toward it again. Laine able to bump out of here. Kicks over. Rebound by Laine. Over now sent to Newhook. Newhook. Good pump check here by Carlson. He sets it over to Strome. Looks over to Ovechkin. A set over to Verona. Verona pass. Broken up. Laine takes it back. And a set back again to Matheson. Again to Dutch. Dutch looks to Newhook. Newhook sets the Dodge in a shot. Big stop by Logan Thompson as he rolls that one right aside the net. This gives them a little great change up. And you know, Alex Ovechkin was giving it over to Logan Thompson. Common feelings are really just giving that back over. Rebound by Newhook. Over now finding Matheson. On a shot, saved by Logan Thompson. Now Wilson sets to Ovechkin. Ovechkin, move around, save play by Montevolt. And a rebound puts in for the Hobbs. And now here's Matheson. To the wing. Dumps the puck. First penalty is going to be on the Capitals as Ovechkin, the grade A, is in the penalty.
2 minutes for cross-checking.
Not anybody likes that Ovechkin. He was making it through. Right behind it from the back. He was really like giving over. He was like foaming or somebody out. Now this is what's going to cause the problem here for Alex Ovechkin. If he gets his own first penalty, they're going to get their Hobbs first goal. Hobbs start their first power play. First penalty kill in Washington. Starting off a power play must have made it that will maintain it. That simple way is going to put it in for Montreal. Now
Washington penalty number 8, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Double penalties, 15-18 remaining in the first period. That's a penalty for the Washington Capitals on number 8, Alex Ovechkin. Double penalty, 15-18 remaining in the first period playoffs for a 2-minute cross-checking.
Caulfield is right toward the wing. Sets over to Stokowski. Looks again to Suzuki. Van Riestad, unable to clear it out. Laine sets the Caulfield again to Hudson on a shot glove saved by Thompson. 1:32 remaining for a Hobbs power play, and we passed the 15-minute mark of the first period to get ready for a face-off. Now the win for the Hobbs. Newhook sets it over, fires a shot, saved by Thompson. He'll cover it in quickly to get ready for another puck drop. A lot of a line here going on. It is still a no-score in the game between Montreal and Washington. Now the win, as Thompson will cover things up here right along the crease of the line. The win puts in for Washington, as for the Capitals will clear it out. Matheson's right toward the wing. He battling for the loose puck quickly, and Gollier's right toward wing. Sets it over now, finding the dodge. Shot saved by Thompson. Wow, 1:08 remaining for the Hops power play, and only 14:23 remaining in the first period. They look like they really wanted to keep it all what they got. Now here's the whip for dodge. That's Matheson, rolls it in. Saved by Thompson. There's a lot of big chances here. It looks like the Hops really wanted to try to get their power play goal to start their first lead in the second game.
They haven't really scored that much in there, and not even most players have really just can't get enough to get over with the fact that this is like no way. We really have no idea what's going to change out. They just couldn't get over this back again.
And here's another shot, saved by Logan Thompson. Protas. And right to the blue line, this will set offside for the Montreal Canadiens. Now both teams are ready to take the next face-off puck drop with only 14:01 remaining. Here's the win for Suzuki. Caulfield on the shot close, saved by Thompson. Rolls that one in quickly here. Alex Ovechkin still in the penalty box. Now the win for the Hops. Line 6 over to Hudson. Suzuki to a corner, one-timer shot, saved by Thompson. Rolls in with the rebound, Sokowski. Hudson's right toward wing, finding Sokowski. One-timer, he scores! Cole Caulfield gets his power play goal to start off for the Hops.
Great chance here for Cole Caulfield. Once the pass goes after Sokowski, this is what good goal they've made. Now, you see what happens with Cole Caulfield. That really makes it a nice change to make the touch. This is what makes that one going in. He made that one with a nice, good take. This first goal is going to make it go farther to start the first one in.
Now the win here, as the Capitals will send it over to Tom Wilson, right toward the wing. Went down, a shot save, puts in by Montemol. Now the rebound by Hudson. Sets to Suzuki. Suzuki looks to Hudson. Now the rebound by Van Riestad. Strome. Back to Van Riestad. Sandin blocked the shot. Rebound by Caulfield. The Hops are back in offense as Sokowski's off the Caulfield. Right, Dylan Strome. Bounce for a loose puck. And here's Suzuki. Toward the left zone. Sandin with the puck steal. Under 13 minutes remaining in the first period as Alex Ovechkin will have it. Ovechkin sits to Wilson. Wilson's shots blocked off.
Montreal goals his first goal of the first goal of the season. Score on the power play. Number 13, Cole Caulfield. Assisted by number 20, Juraj
Slavkovsky.
And number 48, Lane Hudson. Time goal for the Canadiens power play. 6:20 remaining in the first period. Cole Caulfield with a power play goal assisted by Slavkovsky and Hudson. In the first period for the Montreal Canadiens power play at 6:20 in the playoffs.
Still lots of time left in the period. Hobbs on a start with a 1-0 lead over Washington. Carlson went down. Xelius right toward the wing. Setting it over right toward the upper side of the zone. And the rebound comes in by Barat. Here's Eller. Eller right toward the wing. Eller with the shot saved by Montemol. 12:03 remaining in the first period as they get ready for another puck drop. Now the Hobbs wins the faceoff. And here's another one, the Struble. Struble. With the rushing speed, goes right to the ball. Struble. On the chance, saved by Thompson. Thompson holds on with another puck dropping to the save. As right now they get their next faceoff underway. Another face-off win puts in for the Washington Capitals as he now trying to give over again. The pass broken up. Dvorak's again to Collier. Shot blocked by McMichael. McMichael went down. 15 kicks for the Hobbs. And saved by Thompson. Thompson really kept on going and back and forward. There was no way to make the stoppage on that use. Skills up challenge, it was not even an easier way. So Vegas really have to keep it going in if they wanted to. Dubois now finds for us. Or turn away. And this one moves it back away again to the Rocks. He sends to Anderson and sends over to Savard. Savard is right toward in the middle. Sets over back to Van Rystad. And here comes McMichael back in the Hobbs territory. On a chance shot saved by Monteval. The rebound puts in for the Canadians. Now Dubois sets to Ovechkin. Big save by Monteval. Ovechkin going for another goal with 3 goals in this playoff game, but still he couldn't get that beat. Now the win. Fires it, saved by Monteval. Hudson, and now gives it over. Matheson went down, and also Ovechkin took a low rep on his hit. And it's now to Pizzetta. Pizzetta finds Armia. Armia shoots it. Saved off again by Logan Thompson. And it's over down to Van Rystad. Rebound by Strome. Clears his zone. No offside on both teams. It's now Hudson will now send the pass over. And nobody has been able to take in. Cops will go offside on icing with only 10-11 to go in the first. Now the win. Here's the setup for Alex Ovechkin. He goes down. A rebound by Hudson. And here's another take here for Armia. Moves it off across. Thompson covers it up with a save on his glove hand to keep it out. And now sitting over right toward the center ice, I'll have is Wood Spoonie standing by with our great player, a great A. Thanks, folks. Alex Ovechkin is one of our biggest and supporters, noticing and noticed as the Great Ike Chaser. He has beaten over by Wayne Gretzky's goal with 895 career goals. It was a better new record, but they were calling it the nickname Ove and the Great Ike. Now, meanwhile, to this reference, because of his jersey, and he's wearing it on the back of for the Capitals for that time. And as for now, Ovechkin was able to do it with a lot of his professional careers. The Diana Roscoe's rushing the Super Leagues in 2001, and then selected since 2004, was the first one that he was able to do for. In 2005 to 6 season, he has been captured the Calder Memorial Trophy. And now, he is definitely playing with some nice taking efforts. He was all over when Ovechkin and has played for Russia in the Winter Olympics by 2006, 2010, and 2012. Now, he will have to see what he can represent here by 2026 in Italy to get ready to get things on board. Looks like this is going to be a lot of practicing going on here for Team Alex Ovechkin of Russia to keep things going. I'll find out about the Great Eye of Ovi. Back to you, guys. Slavkovsky lost that one. As down is right toward the wing, sets to Duhamel. In toward wing. Cross saved by Monteval. Strubel's right toward wing, now sets it over to Collier, and he now finds Anderson. Anderson went down as he's rebounded by Duhamel. Duhamel sets to Carlson. Carlson looks to Strome. And it's off now to Try-Turn. Got a chance shot to make here. That one stays out. Try-Turn back over again. No penalty on the Hobbs as Ovechkin with the rebound. Try-Turn sets the stone. And the blocker saved me by the goaltender. Rebounded by Anderson. Dyers right toward wing. Over again to Savard. Savard shot club saved by Thompson. Thompson will cover it up. And they're getting ready for another puck drop on its way to keep going. It is an away move for the Capitals as now McMichael's right toward the wing. Here comes McMichael. Fires it around the net. Rebounded by Dubois. McMichael lost that one. And it's back to Newhook. 7:23 to go in the first period as he finds Laine. Laine chance. Thompson covers it up. 17-17 remaining in the first period. Now let's talk about this one on the other side. Nick Suzuki. Thanks folks, Nick Suzuki is one of our big takes here, and he's really been able to come back in for his part of the postseason. The start of his for the captain was from 2017 NHL draft, and it was no other choices that he makes it in the name of Slick Nick. The realizing of Slick Nick name is because the slick move, he cuts it right toward an defensive position, and it really makes it a harder chance to get right to Nick Suzuki a better chance. The playing career was definitely Owen self-attack on his junior year in part of the Ontario 2015 Hockey League. And you know, this really makes it a training to make the good set straight up for Nick Slick to do for his own move. Sometimes he makes it no contest. Sometimes he makes it a great stoppage to put in on the slip carry on his elite edges to put in nice uses of its own goals to have it take out. I feel like that this Nick Suzuki might have a perfect choice if he can get through it. I'll find out Nick Suzuki if he gets his own goal to push it back in, and hopefully the timing will be right. Back to you. Oh, what a nice save here by Logan Thompson. You missed the scene in here, Big Brush? This one was absolutely incredible. Yeah, I'm sorry, Rick Boomer. I didn't mean to step on anybody's toes or afterwards, but it looks like that you might be okay with that, indeed. Eller sets it, and there's a goal for the Capitals! And here's Moran, that will be his first goal of the playoffs. Start to even up. Well, as you know, that Jacob Verana, he just didn't think he was going to be able to give it all that he can. And when you know this about what's going to happen, this makes that first goal starting off with. Verana is making a first goal to make that goal in. Haven't really said so, but all as I notice it now, that this makes the first goal go on to start after Eller with an assist. Caulfield shot, stopped by Thompson. Only 6 minutes remaining in the first period. And now they're up to set. 46-30 for the Capitals as they're ready to take on for the next puck drop. Now Caps wins the faceoff as Ruau sets it over to get a Strome.
First goal of the postseason, scored by number 13.
Jacob Verana puts in by Montreal.
That's his first goal of the game. First goal of the postseason. Assisted by number 20, Lars Eller.
Right turn wing.
Time to goal, 13:53 remaining in the first period. Jacob Verana's first goal of the playoffs, assisted by Lars Eller for the Washington Capitals at 13:53 in the first period of the playoffs.
Shot saved by Montemar. 5:28 to go in the first period. They'll cover it up to get ready for another puck drop. Now the win continues for the Capitals. Try-Turn, that's an Ovechkin shot. That one just puts a safe play on Montemar as he puts another great use of the effort. John Carlson now finds Alex Ovechkin as he sets the Try-Turn right toward wing. Try-Turn. Shot saved by Montemar. What a great stop. There's no use to the effort, and this really makes it chain off perfectly in the particular way. I really haven't seen what that part of the first goal was going to make. So that's going to change it off for me to get right to it. And this one was really unbelievable. Big stop by Montalvo. Now Laminate's right toward the wing before you go in the first period. There's Dodge. Shots blocked. Rebounded again by Newhook. Newhook sets it over. Save play. Now finding McMichael. McMichael's right toward wing. On a chance shot. Save B by Montalvo. Newhook sets to Collier. Collier looks at Hudson. Hudson shoots it. That missed wide. Rebound by Van Riestad. And they're trying to pick up back again to Verana, now to Eller. Eller looks to Verana. And a shot saved me by Montalvo. Rebounded by Radius. Here's Sabine, shoots it. Radius puts back. Stopped by Montalvo. Davison looks to Collier. Collier looking over again, now finding DeVrox. Save again by Thompson. Right by the side of the net, and it's up and over and on the back of the net. Here's their chance. So now Eller looks over again at Verana. Verana, Sandini, looks up, shoots, saved by Montalvo. So alright, sets to Slakowski. Slakowski rolls it in right to her in the middle. A chance for a lead. Save plays by Logan Thompson. Now the rebound. This one misses. 3 minutes remaining in the first period. There's a deep pass over. Finding Caulfield. Caulfield. Shot was saved by Thompson. 2:52 left to remain in the first period as they're keeping it on with the next goal to put the goal in. Now here's the win for Montreal for the Capitals. And now this one rolls it over. Back to Wilson. Wilson right toward the wing as he tries to cut towards Strome. Save by. That goes in another win for Montalvo. Wilson couldn't rebound the puck. Wilson's got it again at Meyerstadt. Here's another one. Scores! Wow, 17 wants to put it in for the Rocky deep shot. And he just had the cross. Well, Radical said he is really making that answer. He's perfect line adjustment, and I was saying when this really keeps it all coming from back to the rage. This future is never going to change. Great take here, and this will be their first goal to take the lead. And as right now, they're putting another take in to do another one again. Now the Capitals are definitely having a fun time, and they really have been enjoying it for more than once. Carlson shot left saved by Montalvo. 2:18 remaining in that first period. Now there's another win, 94-93 for Montreal Canadiens, and for the Capitals, they're trying to work very hard. Wow. Now here's another chance here, Pizzetta. Pizzetta rolls toward the middle. Left saved by Thompson. 12:08 remaining in the first period. As the cover takes up here to get ready for another contract. Now the wing puts it in for the
Capitals goal is first goal to clear. Stormer number 38. Rasmus Sandin! That's his first goal in the postseason. Assisted by number 57, Trevor Van Riestad. Carried by number 43, Tom Wilson.
Wilson takes over.
Top of the goal, 17:30 remaining in the first period. Rasmus Sandin with his first playoff goal, assisted by Trevor Van Riestad and Tom Wilson. In the first period for the Washington Capitals at 17:30 in the playoffs.
1:32 remaining in the second period. It really looks like that this needs to get out of the way. here's the win. Chai-Turn fires on deep shot. And here's another chance to Chai-Turn. Redskin takes a chance. And here's another one. On a shot, he scores! Burroughs is right where it needed. And now picks up 3-1 in the first round. Well, nobody gets intense right afterwards. I mean, that first goal is going to start putting it nice and around Orson to get right to it. Just put it all where you would say. And I can say now that this really gives it a clear goal way around the target. Capitals are down by 1. Weary, Luke, Brown, really making it all over again. Only 3 players left. And here's another take here for hockey. And as I mentioned to say now that Washington Capitals have been one of the better teams afterwards. What do you think? Well, I'd say so, Paintbrush. I mean, this really keeps it all coming down. And they're really putting it back after the one take.
There's 1 minute remaining in the first period.
Dodge. Sandine takes the puck steal. And over now to 7. 7. Goes down. Montalvo will cover it in with only 45.3 seconds. Now here's a win. Brown lost out handily. Zayas right till we're in Sapkowski. And now here's Brown.
Number 21.
Answer win is Stroll. Stroll rolls back to Brown.
That's his first goal of the
Brown
game
sets
this
to Wilson.
Assisted by number 80. Here,
Stroll.
Brown.
Sets it over to Ovechkin.
Time at a goal. 8:40 remaining in the first period.
Alexei
Bertis, his first playoff goal, assisted by Pierre Luc Dubois in the first period for the Washington Capitals at 18:40 in the playoffs.
Trying to play 10 seconds in between the goal and the game clock. After you went this wide, here's Ovechkin. I said off shot, save play by Montalvo.
That is the end of the first period. Washington Capitals 3 and the Montreal Habs 1.
Get good trust and then go back out. Be back for the second period right after these messages. Welcome back, folks, as we're ready to get started for the second period at Washington. Well, it's been a one-timer to get this one so far, and now we are ready to get things started for the second period in the playoffs. Wow,
Montreal penalty, 2 minutes for interference.
Sometimes you don't get anything uncomfortable. You're just going to have to start
and you're
penalty good for Nick Suzuki. The count is going to be in the penalty box. Now the first power play is going to start off in the second. So the Capitals will get their first power play to start off the second period.
Montreal penalty, number 14, 2 minutes for interference. Time at penalty, 19:59 remaining in the second period. That's a penalty for the Montreal Habs, Nick Suzuki, number 14. Time at penalty, 19:59 remaining in the second period of the playoffs for a 2-minute penalty on the interference.
Michael Matheson is really getting a blocking. He was trying to jump over it, but he felt like he didn't get enough timing to get through it. He's really like limped on his foot. He's going to have to get off the ice here. He's all right. So, at Matheson, we will have an update here with you shortly once this period comes to a 15-minute mark. Now sets over here as Canadians win some face-off. Big hit here, Logan Thompson with another stop. Dvorak in trouble, trying to look for an open room again, not finding Radish. Radish is right toward the wing, sets it across. Can't get that through as Radish takes his own rebound. And a second by Montalvo as he will cover things up with only 19:20 to go. Still looking for a goal to take in for the Capitals And they're always a better team here, a 3-1 game. Now as the win will put it in for the Canadians. Hughes Evans, he's right toward the wing. On the set, finding to get the same beam. Blocked a shot by Jamal Armia. Here comes a breakaway train for the Montreal Canadiens. On a shot chance, stop made by Logan Thompson. He will cover it up with only 9:04 to go. Great stop here by Logan Thompson. That really makes it a nice and aggressive save, and he's really showing it off. You know, sometimes it doesn't get anything better than use, because this really makes it a hard stoppage to put the advantage up for the team to put it back in play. Now as Carrier, shots blocked, and a rebound puts here by Carrier. Sets to Evans right over again, Hudson. Hudson shot saved by Thompson. Needs right over again to Dubois. Dubois sending it right over across from the other side of the ring. For the shots, glove saved by Montalvo. 18:43 to go in the second period. As we're ready to take things on for the next puck drop, still looking like the Washington Capitals are one of the better take here, but this time, for the regular part of it, their season is over. Because of the postseason, they made it that far, but they couldn't surpass in the first round against the #1 seeded team in the Metropolitan, the Capitals. They were always a bigger team, and their 50th anniversary was the big take they took. It's just what they all have to do for. I mean, sometimes with Montreal Canadiens, they just don't play it oftenly. They're not really able to get it out when they can. Something bad about happening with Dylan Strome as he's really been taking his slap shot, and he was alright, but it seemed like he was bumped in for a little stroking on his weight on his leg. Seems like he'll have to cover it out. So both players are in the medical locker room, and he will have to find an update in between of Matheson and Dylan Strome. As well as right now, he will be missed out for the rest of the games. Now here's Anderson, he's right toward the wing. 15 seconds left for the Caps power play. And now Carlson, right toward the wing. Yep, Suzuki's penalties time about to expire. On a shot, score! Michael! Hey, that's starting again! It's a great snapshot today from Michael as he puts it in right toward the cross. And that makes it a beat-off power play goal. But it seemed like it was nowhere off the note since it was going to take that time. Just about 5 seconds of a power play. And man, he just made through it. And that's another goal for the Capitals that they're really doing. Now the energy's putting it around and proud. Capitals extend their lead up by 3 with 18 minutes in the second period. Off to win another face-off as Carlson sets to Redius. Right toward wing, he sets to Carrier. Went down, sets it over to Redius. Redius sets to Eller and a shot clock saved by Montalvo. Montalvo's going to hold things off. And Premium will be setting here on the ice. If he misses again, another goal puts in for the Capitals. They'll learn to replace him. Now here's the win, as right now as the Capitals brings in the try-turn. And a rebound by Hudson, as he's right toward the wing. On the back again to Dodge. Ellers rolls that one out of here. Now Try-turn takes it over to kick the puck out of here. The rebound by Dick's team on Suzuki to go for the shot. Glove saved by Thompson with 17:25 to go in the second. Now, these are one of our big records here, and this one was the last part of them that they have ever been accompanying for. And this one was one of our first part of our comments that they were even for goal, assist, and against for players. This one was only one. 8th in Atlantic. They did not qualify again since 2021-22 season. But only that, they just made their loss by 2019-20 season. lost
to
in
go
the
for the
first round
Washington
against the
Capitals power play.
Philadelphia Flyers.
2 minutes in the second
Then
period.
it was the
Connor
second
McMichael,
one
his
that they
first
made
goal
their
of the
way.
postseason.
Then the
On a
Scotty
power play,
North
this is
team,
Ryan Dubois
they made
and
their
John
way
Carlson
all the way
for the
down
Washington Capitals
to
power play in the second period
Stanley Cup
at 2 minutes
Finals.
in the
It was
playoffs.
just only the two in between the Central Division against the North Division. No kidding. It was just how it happens with, as they already lost the Stanley Cup Finals against the Tampa Bay Lightning. You know how well they do, they just play it like they've done it. And sometimes what they don't do is, they just let them keep going outwards. While Montreal Canadiens are really not always amazed enough. Since back in 20 for the last postseason, they did not qualify right away. They were really, or sure enough, that they were just putting a season-by-season records. And for some reasons, it was not even a change-off. So their team made their qualifying for the 24-25 season. And it was just only that. But this wasn't even the cause of this point for the Washington Capitals to see that the Canadiens were doing it for. And for sometimes that the Canadiens are really like a hard matchup to play it in for, it was not the day with their units. It just keeps on out of here, just right at a single time. Right at that moment. And if you don't have any strength for that, they're never able to get enough achievement and do what was involved. It's just kind of hard. I mean, it sometimes happens. It's just didn't get so well afterwards. Now as they're ready to take the puck drop, 2:31 for the Canadiens and 2:22 for the Capitals. The Capitals wins the face-off. Carlson cutting it down and a rebound by Carlson. Carrier sets it over, now finding Hudson. Hudson's right toward wing on a shot saved by Thompson. 15:45 to go in the second period. They'll cover it up with another face-off coming up. Now to win. Here's Strudel. Out a big blocker shot, and it's back over to Evans this time. He rolls out to Struble, now finding to Armia. Armia goes down on a shot, pat saved by Thompson. Pasita sets the Mangiapane. And now Chai turns right toward the wing. Setting over to Doug. That leaves the zone. The rebound by Carlson. Off to Wilson. Back to Evans it goes. And now Evans will take it over to Armia. Lose the puck effort, and it's back to Dowd the other way. Dowd looking after it, now finding Ovechkin. The rebound again by Joel Armia. Armia is right toward the wing, sets it over to Pasita. Pasita, chance to Armia, saved by Thompson. Wilson sets over to Ovechkin, signs it over to Dubois. It's back to Struble again, now finds Stanley. Now Washington's got that puck in, now finding Carlson again, Ovechkin. Rebound by Carlson, move around inside, save, and Montalban. Dubois sets it over, same beans right toward him. He goes down. The rebound by Lennon, and he sends over to Savard right toward the other way. Takes his chance, on a shot, he scores. Savard takes his own goal, and now he is first of the playoffs. Looks like David Savard was really giving all what he did. Nothing really sets out because that goal really took his good effort. Just how playable it is, it just made a great start to get this for a start-off goal to get for the playoffs. They're trying to close that gap in there, but it's just not always easy enough that you can try to take on. Capitals lead are down by 2. Montreal Canadiens trail by 2. There is no stop to this advantage. They're really trying to show how it's done. Zeller will take over right toward the wing. He finds again to Radish.
Montreal goal, his first goal of the playoffs, first goal of the postseason, scored by number 58, David Savard. Being assisted by number 92, Patrick Laine. Dominant goal for the Montreal Cavs. 5:34 remaining in the second period. David Savard, his first playoff goal, assisted by Patrick Laine in the second period for the Canadiens at 5:34 in the playoffs.
Eller setting it quickly, right over right to the middle. Verona shot, safe play by Montalban. He'll hold things up, and I'll get ready for our next face-off coming up. Still a lot of time left in this period. still looking like there is a great goal to put in between Washington and Montreal. Now as the win puts in for the Capitals, here's Ferrari. Right in. That shot's blocked. And Suzuki will set it over toward the other wing. Back to Sikorsky on the pass, saved by Thompson. Great chance here for the goaltender, but couldn't get another goal for the Canadians to cover it up down by 1. You know everybody loves Slapshot, a mascot for the Washington Capitals, and he was one of our biggest takes. The large bald eagle, wearing the team uniforms between the home jerseys. And he really loves seeing things that he can definitely do. Hey, I really know about Slapshot, and you know Slapshot was putting in for the Capitals on a Slapshot range, and it just makes it in right toward the goaltenders if he gets to let them goal. And especially, Slapshot also gives it over to salute for Alex the Great A of Ovechkin. He's really putting it on himself to take another take here for one of our biggest heroes, the biggest legendary NHL players. This one gives in. This really makes all change out to anybody that can be like him. Now he's Ferrari, shot glove saved by Monteval. Under 13 minutes remaining in the second period. Ready for another face-off. Alright folks, I do have an update here as I send it to Wood Spooney for both teams, as it will be Dylan Strome and Matheson. Thanks folks, talking to one of each, and as I'm now noticing that one player is going to be off and down. With the shin, it definitely happens to be broken down. When the puck was flying in, he knocked one of his shin right off the players of his own scale. He didn't really think he was going to cover it back in, and for that, Matheson is definitely clear and will be able to return for Game 3, questionary, to get back into his zone. Sometimes it doesn't take one or ever, because this really makes it hard to try to keep the divots out from scoring. Looks like that Matheson will be able to miss one of the most times, and this will be the end of it until the third guy comes back to him in Montreal. Guys, thanks folks. As right now here showing it off for Wood Spooney, as for Matheson, we will have a speedy recovery and will return soon. Bye for the next game, as right now Gollier's right to a corner. Hobbs are in full pressure. Recovered by Savard. Savard gets pulled over. Now it's back to Struble the other way to Anderson. Anderson to Gollier, shots blocked by Chaiturn. And it's now Carlson sets over to Dowd. Dowd couldn't hold on to it. Anderson takes over. Chaiturn back to Dowd, and now a diagonal pass over. The rebound by Radius. Radius sets to Verona, shot saved me by Monteval. And a rebound by Savard. Oh, he just made up with a great hit to try to pull a stoppage. Verona sets over to Van Meijerstad. On the block by Sapkowski. Sandini's right toward the wing. A set over to Radius. Dumps the puck into Hobbs territory. The rebound puts in by Struble. He looks to Suzuki. Sends to Savard. Lost the handle of it. Now finds Anderson. Anderson. Shot glove saved by Thompson. 11:10 remaining in the second period. They'll cover things up and get ready for another puck drop. Alright, let's see what the update is for Dylan Strome. Back to you, Wood Spooney. Thank you so much. And as I now for the other side of the player, Dylan Strome, as he was able to be blocked out of it in own transition. He didn't really make a good start out of it because he was knocked in and just didn't get back into the zone. Sometimes what happens with Dylan Strome is he gets plumb bubbled down and he's not able to return back here on ice for the finishing of the rest of the periods. He'll be missing out for one of the best it takes. And for Dylan Strome, only one goal has only happened with their team. It's definitely kind of hard, but it's not really easy enough for Dylan Strome to get another goal here for the second game. It really has to be questionable if he gets another goal at Montreal. I'll find out how they've done if anything is going to change out for both teams. Back to you. Now the win for Montreal. Shots is picked up, and it's rebounded by Nouveau. A send over to Perrier on the shot. Blocking up. Again, a save by Logan Thompson. Obi rolling again to DeWell and back to Royal. For Hevery is right toward the wing. In corner, Wilson. Chops up. Saved by Montalban. Montalban's going to cover it up with only 10:20 remaining nearing the midway mark in the period. And now they're ready to take another puck drop in the Montreal territory. Kirby Dach wins the faceoff as Hudson rolls the battle along the puck boards. Dach trying to rebound it. Mangiapane up. Safe play by the goaltender. Just really couldn't get that hard down. And it looks like Montalban was really like giving all that he done. There was no stopping to this play. Patrick Lenné right toward wing by Nouveau. Chops up. Thompson will cover it in, passing the midway mark in the period in the second. Critical draw feed between Washington and Montreal. Now the win on a shot. What a great block here for the Capitals. Caulfield shot saved by Logan Thompson. Dowd sets to Duemi. And now Mangiapane's right toward wing. Savard sets to Struble, and Solkovsky's right toward again to Caulfield. He looks it over, now finds this Suzuki. On a shot, save play by Logan Thompson. Suzuki with the rebound. Savard on a chance in the middle. Suzuki shots blocked. Carlson now sends to Dowd. Dowd shot pants, and it's back to Solkovsky, looks to Struble. Here comes Chyturn as he sets to Carlson over again, finding Verana. The puck rebound here. And now Chyturn sets it over, now finding Radius. Radius right toward wing. Gets hit. Rebound by Savard. Rolls it back to pass to Caulfield. Caulfield to Suzuki. Shoots it. Well, saved by Thompson. And a little bit of a big take here, 92/81 for the Washington Capitals as they're really keeping up the passing effectiveness on a great take. Now Alex Newhook sets to Kirby Dach, moves around, save play by Thompson. Doesn't know where the puck is, but he's still covered it up with only 8:45 to go. Sometimes it doesn't get anything better than that. For Kirby Dach, it's just what he did. Yeah, it's just really not an easy way to do for. And what I say now for Kirby Dach, it was the start out of it that he's really been putting it in. He's trying to get another goal for 2, but it's never going to happen that way. If he gets it over with a nice goal, then it will be second playoff goal. Montalban's going to cover it in with only 8:29 to go in the second period. I've never seen anything how Kirby Dach did. That's what happens with Montalban is he makes a great save. This pad was a kick out, and that one was a blocker that makes it right toward the glass. Then they don't really see what happens. But Montalban now got a quick save in the right timing. Speaking of this one here, here's one for Kirby Dach. Ever since he was able to play his first round since 2019, the 3rd overall NHL entry draft by the Chicago Blackhawks. It was nowhere the way that he was making his life to around the age that he began practicing playing ice hockey with his brother, practicing in the backyard rink on the Garner Lake. It's a family cabin, and it's one of his childhood fans of the Edmonton Oilers of the National Hockey League. He really became all of it when he done. Until then, he wanted to be out here with the team. He was always the American professional player, but he makes it all with a change-up on his own world. He would frequently attend the Rexall place with his father. And Dach often played the minor league hockey. Above the age level, living as a time as a part of a 4th Saskatchewan Rangers of Alberta Midget Hockey League. And 13 years old season is with the Rangers. He has recorded with 100 points in 33 games, breaking Tyler Benson's 84-point league record. And you say what happens with Kirby Dach, he was really showing it off. And because of playing around by with his brother, and when I say now, it just gives it all of the nice seasoning effort. Sometimes what makes it go in, it just makes it a nice take in. Along with the Stanley lifetime, it really makes it a nice, easy change for Kirby Dodge to be played for. Here's the Ovechkin, sits to Wilson, and Eller will now give over to Tryturn on a shot saved by Montemel. Wilson sets it over, now finding to Eller. Eller couldn't get over it as Caulfield with the rebound. Now it's back to Ovi. A send-off to Verona. Ovechkin's off ice. The regroup puts in for the Capitals. Here's Caulfield. Goes down and Nendo. Rebound by Sikorsky. And it's rebound by Tryturn. Under 7 minutes remaining in the second period, as Verona's right toward the wing. Sets to Verdias. Verdias shoots, well saved by Montemel. 6:42 to go in the second period. Above from that one, the other side we're looking at is Tom Wilson. It's just not really what they say now, because this makes another Canadian player to play for on his own time. The coverage happens to be with only one of their takes. It's about 6 feet 4 inches, 225-pound right winger, and the alternative captain. It was just one of our big reasons here for Tom Wilson, as he has all the range to gather for our big takes. This time, he wants to show what he did. I mean, I've always said Tom Wilson, he was one of the greater players of the Toronto Hockey League, and I really have said it before. I mean, like I said, it takes year. I mean, when his last part of the school, I mean, it just makes his own playing career that impossible here. From they started off for Hockey League in Ontario. And sometimes, like, after they graduated that was like 2010 season. 27th overall pick. I was really saying it down. I mean, what they say about Tom Wilson, he was really like phased over. Uneducated from the high school. I mean, it was really like all to take in from Michigan and then Miami with the Wellers. And this is where this takes in all of his use. And without anything, and after the job, he definitely wanted to approach his junior hockey league career at once, fighting for a compete with the older teammates. He was really saying that, well, I didn't think I was going to be able to do that. I mean, I felt like this would be my right time to do for it. 6 minutes left to remain in the second period. Azelias right over again to Lane. Sets over to Kirby Dodge, he's right turning the wing. Pass over to Carrier. Delay penalty coming up on the Capitals, as this will be the 2-minute cross-checking on Dubois. That's bad choice.
Washington penalty, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
You know, Dubois is really like pushing in. And right behind the back here on Dodge, that's bad news. Not going to play it like he did before.
Capitals in penalty kill.
Dubois in the penalty box and said power play is on for the Hobbs. Hobbs really need to find something in there. And, you know, Canadians really didn't think they were going to get the power play goal. They're just really
Washington penalty, number 80, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Southern penalty, 5:52 remaining in the second period. That's a penalty for the Washington Capitals, number 80, Pierre-Luc Dubois. Salmon penalty, 5:52 remaining in the second period of the playoffs for a 2-minute penalty on the cross-checking.
Rebounded by Ruel. And it's back to Hudson. The Dvorak shot saved me by Logan Thompson. Van Riemsdyk clears it out. And a rebound by Hudson. Over now, find again as Suzuki. He goes offside. That's going to be on the Hobbs with only 5:09 to go. Way too quick. Sometimes it doesn't really make a change in there. All chances are no succeed to make here. Capitals wins the faceoff. A strong Carlson sends it out and right into the Hobbs territory. Now they'll be able to take over to Sikorsky right toward the wing. Sets over. Tom Wilson with the buck steal sets to Eller. Eller clears his own. And a rebound puts in by Sikorsky. Here's a chance for Suzuki. He's back the other way. Moving around in there. Carlson takes it back. Clears his own. Newhook takes it out. Now the rebound by Tom Wilson. Wilson on the move. Rolling in. Saved by multiple. Pokes it out of here. The rebound by Suzuki. This is almost giving an impossible scoring chance. There is no stopping to make the competition go with his goal. That jealousy is going to make him feel like that we are all in danger. And the teams are ready to take another puck drop. Only 4:18 in the second period. 4-2 score. And it's blocked by Ruan. He'll clear that zone. And a rebound puts in by Newhook. Off to Gullier. Gullier looks to the room. Time winding down for the Hobbs as they need to get this goal quick way. Dubois' penalty is about to expire. Dodge. Back to Van Riestad. Clears the zone. Dodge still has it. The Hobbs power play times have already been expired, and it's already another miscommunication with their team. When they say about Logan Thompson, this really gives a stoppage. You know, Dubois really having a hard time making a cross-checking. And now, he really had all what he could do when he could figure it. He really just can't get over it on the right time. This is a great stoppage for the goaltenders letting their teams to get back into playing action. Joel Armia sets it over right toward the wing. One-on-one opportunity. Collides right toward the defender. And a rebound by the Hobbs. Puck out of the zone. The rebound by Edsaya. The rebound by Tom Wilson. Wilson. With the shot. Save Billy. That stays out by Joel Armia. Evans is right toward the wing. He's going to fire that one out of here. And here's a chance to Scheitzer. He sets to Carrier. Evans rolls it right toward the wing. Finds over to Pazita. Pazita. Good goal catch by Thompson. 2:37 remaining in a second period. And you don't want to miss this one out here because you are going to love this new skit because the Party Freakout is the next skit featuring the BFDI and Animated Sanity Tour. That will be the next skit to get ready to party and crash out while the other guys of Chris the Beast and Clover are still taking a day off here at NYC. That means New York City. It's going to be a fun one to enjoy for, and you won't want to miss this out. That will be on July 13th. You will be able to see what gets in right toward from the goal lines. This might be a freak out to anybody. Premiering on the next day here, that will be on the summer of 2025 in July 13th. That's right, July 13th is going to be a new skit for Between of the Party Freakouts featuring the BFDI and Animated Sanity Tour 2025. You won't want to miss this one here, only on Son of Beats. As we pass the 2-minute mark in the second period, only 19 seconds on a full pressure, and now they'll be able to take in on the next carry. Now the win for Suzuki sets to Strudel. Dubois shoots, block a shot, Dubois, and rebound by Sikorsky. Wow, what a big take by Thompson! And he will cover things in with only 1:37 in the second period. And folks, as you're ready to prepare for a new season of the Anime Insanity, you will be able to find things out what the new contestants will be and returning contestants from each seasons. You may never know who they're going to be, but there's a great future to plan ahead to find out what takes on. I can't wait to see the returning contestants as they will return back in from the land, and I bet I might be in here too, so, well, it just may be a yes or no question. I mean, maybe that. First half is going to be the BFDI TPOT along with the new and Animated Sanity episode 1 of season 4. And then the back half will be the BFDI A and Inanimate Insanity Season 4, Episode 2. Well, I think his next reaction is going to be the next one, so I felt like, Chris the Beast, why not level up yourself? That will be the next take here. And only at your locations of the BFDI and Anime Insanity Tour in both locations. We only have a few tickets left here in one of the areas. Unfortunately, the one in Los Angeles and New York City are all sold out. So there's no time to usually buy, so make sure you do it so before they're all gone. Face-off coming up between the Caps and the Canadians. Now the win for the Hobbs as Carrier will now set it over, now find again to Hudson. Rebound by the Ovechkin. Oh, multiple! What a great catch here. Hey, just hold on quickly. There's no making advantage out there. That's what I see Luka and Ovechkin. This really kept on coming back. And a great save by Logan Thompson. Hudson shoots. That misses wide. It's off the wall and it's back to Dubois with under 25 seconds left in the second. Alex Ovechkin heading over right toward the right wing. Goes to Dubois. Shots redirected. And Lande's right toward the corner. Battling for the loose puck and rebounded off by Hudson. Here's Dutch. Broken up. And the time won't do. And that one makes a save by Thompson.
And about ends up the second period.
Hobbs still looking like they want to get the tightest game in a row, but we'll be back and we'll find out if they answer it. Third period is coming up after the break. Welcome back, everyone, as we're ready to get to the finish line to finish the second game in Washington, D.C. And we are all set and ready to take on with our last period in Game 2. Well, it's been a while this one here for everyone. Tell me what's your favorite about it. What do you like about the second period recap? Well, I've got to say now that this really makes it our struggle. The facing and the fact that it's not really the easier way that they are all been keeping an eye on. And I've got to say now that they're really keeping on with the shots on goal. There was no stopping this play. You know, and they just come in from a hard play behind. They didn't really see him going on it really well. But it seemed like that both goaltenders were doing really well. Look what that save puts in the Montego. You see that he reached his stick, and with that pass he just made that went outwards. This is just an unbelievable take. And now you just already noticing that this already made it out in no time. Sometimes you just don't make it easy enough, and you just really need to keep on playing like you do before. Capitals are already in the time on attack already, and they're already in full pressure. Now is the way we'll put it in for Montreal Canadiens. Here's a take now, Wilson. Wilson will cover this one up right near net. And right around the net will be again finding Wilson. Wilson fires that shot. That's blocked again. Now Solkowski rolls to Suzuki. Ovechkin's right toward wing. And it's back to Dubois. Ovechkin for an taken. Saved in by Monteval. Tries it again. Save, score! That's Ovechkin. He has another goal in this game. He has 3. Well, I see what rebound puts in. Alex Ovechkin is making a nice rebound put in. This one tackles it on the leg, and this really makes a creation play right in towards the zone. This one makes it action, full in impact. Now you really have another goal that you really wanted to ball. That's just definitely another to ball action. Now it's the win. We'll put it in for Alex Ovechkin's team. Here's Alex Lupo. Bubbles in right toward the wing. Now a rebound by Wilson. Patrick Laine rolls it again. Now finding over in the corner. As now it's Zelia. On the shot, saved by Thompson. 18:43 to go in the third period. They'll cover things up here to get ready for another touchdown. Don't forget, folks, coming up later tonight will be our next game as the coverage will start at 9:30 p.m. that's going to be a rematch between the Blues and the Jets at Canada's Life Century. That's going to be the next part of the game here coming up later tonight at 9:30. Once this game is finished, we will be sending you over to the upper side zone.
59 seconds in the third period.
Game 2
That's Alex Ovechkin. His first
the
playoff
Winnipeg
goal.
Jets and the
Score
Blues
unassisted
on
at
both
59
teams.
seconds
This
in the
might be a
playoffs.
race take here, and I think the Jets may have it done if the possible comes straight. Well, they may be saying so. I mean, is that really going to matter? I don't really think it might, because it's definitely what anybody has chosen it for. They've really got to find a way to get through it. Now as they're ready to get their set fumble in for another face-off, a true Lynx's great hitter has put it in for Alex Ovechkin. He already pulled it out, trying to put it in with some heavy forceful attack to knock them down. Now the win goes in under not finding Ellis this time. Sets the Chancho. Now it rolls to Radish. A send over to Verona. Verona rolls it back. Shoots on pass. Kick the puck out. Now a rebound by Eller. It's back to Isaiah. Finding Geller. Geller's right toward wing. Goes down. Rebound by Carlson. Sets to Radish. Radish is right toward the wing. Try to set up an in motion. Sandini shoots. Pat saved by Montalvo. And over now toward in the corner. It will be Savard. Send it over to Armia. And now Robertson now sends it over again back to Wilson. A set over to Alexea. And here's Pazita. Right to the lane. Wow takes it over. And the winner puts it in. On a hit for the Capitals, 110. Ovechkin for a chance. Safe play by the goaltender. Now the chance in. And this one stays out as Dubois rolls it over to Ovechkin. Ovechkin shoots. Well, saved by Montalvo. Only 16:36 in the third. Seemed like this might be tense on the interesting plays. We're still looking over. Now Struble sets over to Newhook. Newhook is right toward the opposite side of his own. As he gets a shot, Thompson with the glove save. He'll cover it up with only 16:24 in the third. Still plenty of action left to be played for. Capitals are up by 3. And a win. Savard shot. Hit pass saved out by Logan Thompson. Mangiapane on a rush. And a rebound by Montalvo. He will cover it from here with only 16:12 to go. Off the set for another puck drop as Struble sets over to Newhook. Newhook looks to Line. Line pass broken up as Van Riestad is right back to Duane. Henderson Dean rolls it down and sets to Mangiapane. Mangiapane over down shoots saved by Montalvo. 15:52 remaining in the third period. And they're still trying to look for another goal to get it back in. And a win. Here comes Carlson. And now the Capitals goes out here as now Hobbs are back on board. Big take here on the goaltenders as he tries to put a 2-on-1 action between the goaltender and the players. And the passover is broken up by Caulfield. Silkovsky right toward lane. And a shot at Caulfield saved by Thompson. Thompson's going to hold it in with only 15:24 remaining in the third period. On a shot chance, it's now as Carlson sets the Protas, he's right toward the wing. On a pass. Here's a shot saved by Montemol. These two are really one of the workers that want to work really hard. As for Canadians, they're trying to get another goal to get a close games extension. Dubois wins the face-off. He now will set it over. Anderson on the rush. On man again. Save! That's two-time stop by Logan Thompson. He's not really like showing it off on a priority to the respect of this. This really is keeping everything out of the way. And I've got to say now, what Logan Thompson really has done, he makes a nice save to put it back in his zone. Struble hits right to the wall. Ehlers goes right over. The rebound by Ferrari. Delayed penalty upcoming on the Hobbs, and this will box touch make for the Hobbs as the Borax in the penalty box.
Montreal penalty, 2 minutes for interference.
This is the bad habit of put it in. And right to it on the corner of the wall, this is going to definitely slide things out, and nothing is going to make
And the Capitals are
This really makes it too uncomfortable for them to try to keep on scoring. They really just got to keep on playing like that. So the Cubs are another penalty kill as the Capitals will take their first power play in the third to get things on the board.
Montreal penalty, number 28, 2 minutes for interference. Television penalty, 14:44 remaining in the third period. That's a penalty for the Montreal, number 28, Christian Dubois. Time of the penalty, 14:44 remaining in the third period of the playoffs for a 2-minute penalty on the interference.
Now the teams are ready to get things online. Still, it's like a tight game here as a 3-point lead advantage for the Washington Capitals. Here's Nick down. End zone action, saved by Montemol. Zard over to Armia. Armia rolling in right toward in the zone. And a big stop pass saved by Logan Thompson. Radish right toward wing. On a chance shot saved by Montemol. He really think he was able to try to keep all what he could do for, but it just went for a stop. Just really couldn't think of it anyway. But that really makes it said now that this was kind of very hard for the Hobbs to get another goal on the shot, and this really didn't think it was going to work that way. This really went on to the goaltender, and this really settled down afterwards. They're not really friendly at all. They just need to give some a better amount of time to get over it. Hit off the goalpost as Montemol holds things on. 13:39 remaining in the third period as they'll get ready for another puck drop. Now it's a win for the Capitals. He brings another one off the goal pipe. Here's a chance. Ovechkin shoots, and a save puts it in here. Back to Treichern on a shot saved by Montemol. 48 seconds left remaining in the third period of the first game. It looks like they're really just trying to get over this. Now the House will hold things on. Poirier will clear that zone out. The rebound by Sandy. McMichael sets to Dubois. And over now by Jordan Wilson. Wilson. Bell with puck quickly. Rebound by Dubois. And a rebound by Struble again to Carrier. Again to Armia. Armia looks to Carrier. And now rolls to Evans. Sends to Armia right toward wing. Puck out of zone. He's down to 10 seconds, ready to get back out there. Wilson fires it. Close save by Montemol. Just 3 seconds remaining in the power play for the Capitals before the time comes down to 0. And now they're off again. 90/89. Close range. And as for now, the power play is over for the Capitals as they are back to full strength. Nothing stands out there. I mean, what I say now is what they're keeping it going through. I don't see any problems with this. They really have to keep on coming face to
Montreal
face
penalty, 2
every
minutes
tackle.
for slashing.
Keep things afloat.
And the Capitals are on the red power play.
Bombs in another penalty box. This will be another Capitals on their full bench for the no power play with only 12:30 remaining. And this puck
Montreal
clears the
penalty,
zone
number
now.
28, 2 minutes for slashing. 10-minute penalty, 12:34 remaining in the third period. Mattapelli on the Montreal Habs, Christian DeGard, number 28. Common penalty, 12:34 remaining in the third period of the playoffs for a 2-minute penalty on the slashing.
Tries to get at Anderson. Anderson, shot wide, rebounded by Thompson. And with only 12:05 remaining in third, still looking for another goal. Now here's another next face-off with only 12:05 remaining in the third. And a win will put it in for Montreal. Celio's shot, redirection, blocked up by Thompson. And here's the win. Sandy sets to Wilson. 1:25 left to go for the Capitals power play. On its way down. On a rebound. Saved by the goaltender. Wilson. Lost his control effort and knocked by Sokowski right toward the wing. Royal Delaware shot. Save play by Alex Ovechkin of Thompson. And here's Chaicho. Sets to Dubois. Dubois lost his handle against Wilson. Takes it over. Fires a shot. Save play by Montreal. It's now it's back to Dubois. Dubois shot. Save play. Throws around and now stop by Monteval. There was no question of turning back, but it just turned out how hard it went. So a lot of time left in the period. Looks like that they're going to have to get more medals there in that point. Now the win, Ansaya. And Ryan will turn the other way, and a shot saved play. Oh, put it in traffic. And this one stays out of his own here for Ryan Lindgren. Radius. 20 seconds left for the Caps power play, finding Mangiapane. Glove saved by Monteval. He'll cover it in during the midway mark of the period. There's enough time here, right in between those two here, with only 5:15 time on attack for the Caps and the Montreal Canadiens 5:22. Now I'm gonna fire a shot. Save puts it in by Monteval. Ovechkin now finds Radius. Shots blocked. And that stops it again. This one stays out. And he scores! Nicked out. Now he moves it in with another goal here on the power play. This seemed to be like a put in trouble. But sometimes what happens with Monteval, he sets it in right across too soon. And that goal was now taking things over. It was not really an easy change. Look at the hustle hit here. And that's what the guy was taking it over. This chain out goal is just putting it too hard. West. This good. Knocked him out with a nice change. Now it's for the Capitals. They've already been trying to get back in here. A 6-2 game in the third period. Now here's the wing for Hudson. And this one sets it over. Now finding again a try. Return away to Carlson. Protos is returning a wing. On his inbound, finding McMichael. McMichael shot. What a save puts in by Monteval. And as he's out of here, this will be previous regrouping here. At least right now, he will be heading on to start things off. Caulfield shot glove saved by Thompson. 10-10 remaining in the third period. And as the rest of it being said, we'll just have to just hold these on to get ready for our face-off. Here's the win. Hudson sets to Carrier. Carrier shoots glove saved by Thompson. Nearing the midway mark in the third period. 6-2's the score. They've already been like pushing things out. And I've always been trying to keep things going in. Now to win, Hudson shot saved by Thompson. 10:04 in the third period. Still a lot of time left in this period. Looks like the Capitals are the only ones that can try to keep things going to extend their lead. It is a 6-2 game over Montreal. Now Savard, cutting bounding, hit on the pad by Thompson. Gotch rolls it over, and now passes it over on a shot saved by Thompson. 9:53 to go in the third period. They'll hold it up again. Some other games that will be coming up here right on the line. The first game will be starting with the Battle of Ontario. That will be the Senators facing against the Maple Leafs at Scotiabank Arena for the rematch.
Capitals goal is
And follow along with the next game as the other side will be another take here on the section for the Western Conference.
That's his first goal of the postseason.
The other team that will be playing in Houston
number 16,
in the Taylor zone. That will be all the next tape when it comes to game 4. The Vegas Golden Knights facing against the Wilds. That's the next game that's going to be happening here.
Time to go for the Capitals power play. 9:22 remaining in the third.
Nick
Down on the power play goal assisted by Taylor Radius and Alex Ovechkin. At 9:22 in the power play for the Washington Capitals in the third period of the playoffs.
That coverage will start here at 10 p.m.
Montreal penalty, 2 minutes for tripping.
Capitals. Slavkovsky in the penalty box.
And the
getting ready
Capitals
for
are
our
in
next power play for the Capitals. And on their set, 66 over 33. It's going to be a little bit harder range than that. Only 9:13 remaining in the third. And they're off.
Montreal penalty, number 20, 2 minutes from tripping. Seven penalty, 9:22 remaining in the third period. That's a penalty on the Montreal half. Jaroslav Slavkovsky, number 20. Seven penalty, 9:22 remaining in the third period for a 2-minute penalty of the tripping.
Duhemi sets to Radius on a shot, stopped by Quinu, and it's rebounded here by the Canadians. Armia sets it over right toward the other wing. On a chance. That one rolls down, and a rebound by Ovechkin. Ovechkin speeds down right toward the other way. On a pass to Radius on a shot stopped by Dobes, and he will hold things up. 8:34 to go. Now let's talk about Dobes on the other side of it. And you know that without Preview, he was not able to be playing with us here with these Canadians, as they've already been playing it through. Dobes is trying to feel like he wants to get his own thing done. But for Logan Thompson the other way, it wasn't really what they were expecting him to have. And from playing it from the other side of it was the only way that they already have been playing it off ever since the goals are coming along the way down. Now, you may notice about Dobes from the Canadians, this really has to give one take here as a Zekas goaltender from the Canadians. He signed in with this NHL contract on a draft, and with him, he really is trying to make his entry-level contract and play for the AHL. Lavelle Rocket before being called up for the Canadians by December of 2024. Dobes' record is shot out against the reigning Stanley Cup champions, impressing the fans and teammates with his puck trading and aggressive style. Sometimes you may already see things, but you may never know what Dobes got if this takes in. Wow, what a mistake by Dobes. No, I wasn't really sure what Dobes was going to make it in there, but that just got it down. And because nobody was able to try to keep things out of here, I just really seen that Dobes was making a great save to put a stop in about it. The rebound by Carrier sets it over to Rorak. Rorak's right over now trying again to Dubois. And here's McMichaels right toward the wing. Sets to Dvorak again to Carrier. Make a big down hit. Tom Wilson heads it over to McMichael. And a stop made by Dobes. Dubois right over now finding the try-chair and looks it over to Sandin. Time running down to the end. Here's McMichael. Blocked a shot. What a take-in for the Montreal team. And that's it for the power play. They are unable to get another power play goal. Well, great job here for Dobbs, and with a wild save here, I mean, this really is giving a good status. Sometimes you just don't really play it oftenly, and sometimes you do get it oftenly with a nice timing with a goal. This opportunity is going to make it feel like we're going to get another goal, a stoppage. This really is going to make it another man score a goal into the net, and at the right timing, it's going to happen again. Now Sikorsky's shot left saved by Thompson. Under 7 minutes remaining in the third period. And we'd like to congratulate to the team here for the Washington Capitals that have already played for real, moving on to the second round, and they will be playing against the Carolina Hurricanes here for our next part of the game. And we will be seeing that one here on Real TV. So make sure you tune in to the Stanley Cup playoffs on TBS, TNT, and also ESPN with ABC. It's our biggest on across the stream of the net, so make sure you watch things every time if you like. These are one of your best teams here with the highlight reels, and now the second round is going to be the rematch and the rivals in the second round between the Canes and the Caps. You will see what happens with the next part of it as they will be facing things on. And if you've already watched them, thank you very much. You'll find out what your teams are if you're rooting for in the postseason. Bradish, cutting bounding, stopped by Dobbs. Wow, he really just made that great save, isn't it? Just so. And here's another one to Newhook, and a Newhook shot save made by Thompson. Newhook in front, saved by Thompson. Then Restad. In covering the bound by the wall, Newhook takes over, and Kirby Dodge sets to Newhook. Here's Struble, then Restad has that puck back. On the take, poked it out, Evans takes it over. He sets to Struble. Struble right toward away again to Armia. Armia shot saved by Thompson. Proceeded again to Savard, and Struble will take over it. That's off and redirected, now back to the lower corner wall. Pizzita. Broken up by Trichurn. Trichurn holding on to it for the puck inbounding. In middle, go down. Good pass up by Dopes. And with only 5:01 remaining in the third period, we're nearing the final 5 minutes in the third period of regulation. Now Suzuki wins the face-off and he sets to Struble. Pass under 5 minutes in the third, presented by Discover. Here's McMichael right toward the other wing after a broken up pass. Prada shoots. Oh, he just went doinked off the face helmet. And this one stays back in behind the net. And Carlson takes over. This really makes it hurt, almost like impossible. And he just really couldn't get over this at the right time. They just did not see anything what to care for. And I really have to believe that Dobbs really must have seen that one coming in flying by. Now they're ready to do another face-off. 57 over 55 face-off wins. That's for the Capitals that they're putting it in each period. Now here's Ferrari. Blocked the shot. Rebounded it. And it rolls back to Suzuki again to Carrier. Carrier sets to Caulfield. Caulfield shoots. Blocker stop made here by Thompson on the other side. And McMichael's right toward wing. Sets on the push. Move around. Saved by Dobbs. Newhook's right toward the other way. Now finds Carrier. Carrier. Shot club saved by Thompson. He really been cooking for gas out there, doesn't he think? It's just what he makes it look good. I mean, all you have to do is just keep on going here for Logan Thompson, and he's really given that one a nice snatch and a good goal. This really took some time effort. Block a shot, dodge, rebounded in, on a stop, saved by Logan Thompson. Wow, he's not going anywhere tonight, and he is staying out of the gap. Porta shoots, glove save by Dobbs. 3:42 left in the third period. Still 6-2 game, Washington. Now the win, here's Lanning. And Newhook's right toward wing, finding Carrier. He sets to Kirby Dotch right toward the wing. Rao was now finding the puck in, now finding again Eller. And he lost that one. Alex Newhook sets the Dutch, and he's right toward the wing, finding the Rao. A lot of hit here. And it's back to Radius this time. I've been fling waiting around the net. Isaiah finding Dodge, sets to Anderson, kicking the puck out. Carlson takes over. Here's Verona. Carlson, back to Savard. The Canadians are back in the offense zone as they're looking for Geller on a shot. Sets it away by Thompson. Now they're ready to take things on in the face-off in the Caps territory. They're looking like they wanted to get back in there, but they still deny it for the goaltenders as Logan Thompson keeps on adding with a bunch of huge saves on his own end. And now they're ready to do another face-off again. Man, Canadians are trying to get that another goal in, but they still deny it. Block a shot. Too many bodies are in the way as Verona will dump the puck out under 3 minutes. Now Savard sets the Struble, and he looks at Aurora. The Hops are back in the Caps territory, and a chance in play. This one takes out. Eller's back the other way, finding the Radius. Radius rolls to Chycher. Chycher on a rush, now finding Verona. Big save by Dobes. Battling for the puck rebound. Now Dubois sets to Verona. Over to Struble. Now he sets to Anderson. Anderson. Shot. Another blocker save here by the goaltender. Another big hit for the Capitals. Chai turns right toward the other way. Sets to Wilson. Over to Dubois. Save by Dobes. And he will cover things up with only 1:45 left. Who had a better night? I will send it over to Wood Spooney. Well, folks, as we are looking at it right between Alex Ovechkin, the great eye has been putting in with some one-take time motions. He really has shown what's a great tight 10 as he makes the captain a great A chance, and he really has done it all. His better game percentage is the top way to make the Kings successful. Now's the win for Dubois, sets to Van Riestad, to Tom Wilson. Now a rebound by Van Riestad. Dubois right toward the middle. On a shot glove save by Dobes. 1:23 to go in the third period. Man, they've already been like shooting crazy. Now the win. Here's a shot blocked it by Van Riestad. And a rebound by Sandin the other way. This one gets a nice change off. And that being said, that the Hops are really trying to get their own goal. This really might be the change that looks like the Hops are really just going to make it shut down. And it looks like that Alex Ovechkin's team is going to stay a 2-0 lead series.
There's
this
1 minute
really
to play in
happens
the third
with
period.
most timing of their positions. Doesn't really stop that often. No, it doesn't.
All right, Capitals fans, everybody out there, make some
Fans
noise.
on their feet here at the Capital One Arena with under 1 minute remaining in the third. Battle for a loose puck chain here on the board. Trying to get the quarter out of the zone. And now it's right over to Hudson. And it's to Haney, takes it over to Dow. And Newhook will set it over to Dutch. Dutch toward Whittle. Newhook, saved by Thompson. 31 seconds remaining in the third period as they'll get another face-off. Hops are not always the better team to be playing in here, but the Capitals are the better team here in the Metropolitan Division, the #1 seeded team. As they win, another save by Logan Thompson. Now the rebound. Foul along from a hit. And a fire shot. Blocked the shot, and Chychin sets to Duhaney. Duhaney's right toward wing. One last time with the shot saved by Dobes. And they were able to give it a 2-0 lead. And so they will be punching their way to Montreal for the third game underway. And that's it. Washington Capitals wins this game. 6-2 is their final score. What they said about Logan Thompson, he was really making a nice great saves here. It happens with the United stand for the Caps Nation. They make it a rocket red to make the St. Louis goal now. And we get a slap shot for the salute to the fans. This gives it an amazing
thank you for joining us for
Of
tonight's
course we
game.
do.
We look forward to you coming back here with us for our next game of the playoffs. Please drive careful and have a great night.
Up here, folks. Paintbrush along with Spoony and Boomer. Thanks for joining us for the game, and we'll see you next time. Take care. All right, thanks. Time for 3-star players in the game. Ovechkin with the first goal, 1 assist and 16 hits. He only made this great rebound to put it back in. Then, the second star player of the game goes to the other side, Samuel Montembeault. Only 91 saves. He only made that one possible enough to try to keep things out. And for the first star player of the game for the Capitals, guess who? Logan Thompson made an unbelievable save here. 105 on his own take. And now let's see what they have here, the total statistics here. As you may have already noticed it, 119 total shots on goal with 137, and it was 88% of the passing. Both teams already have 61 face-offs, but it was only 4-minute penalty kill with the 2 goals in the power play with 7:46. It never seems to be really like uneven sort of things, but this really makes it a great take. I mean, definitely made it through. But come on, guys. This makes it a great easier enough to make the change to finish it all. And for the other side, turned out great for the Montreal. Only 641 and 89% of the pass percentage. It was all happened to take. So only 1 power play goal and 3:35 was their power play minute. So with that being said, Washington Capitals have won 2 games in a row in a series. With that being said, they'll be heading on over to Montreal at Century Bell for the 3rd game. And if there's game 4 necessary, we'll have another game with you right on along the other side. 2-0 is the score for the series in the first round for the Habs and the Capitals. We'll see them back here soon here in Game 3, once Game 2 of these completed here by day 1 and 2 on both sides. But we have our last game coming up here as we have the Jets against the Blues at Canada's Life Century. Stick around, folks, as we'll be heading over to the final game soon enough. See you all later, folks. And as for being said, we are wrapping it up for Washington. Peace out, folks, for a while as the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs of the EA Sports style. This is Son of Beast and Test Tube standing out. See you next time, everybody. And good night in District of Columbia, Washington.
If you don't, somebody will.